Napheesa Collier is making headlines again with her recent comments about the CBA negotiations. Look, I'm all about these women getting paid. Unrivaled almost broke even in their first season, which is a huge W. And shout out to Napheesa Collier, Brianna Stewart, who are running this league. It's not easy what they're doing. I understand that they're not doing any traveling, they're in one arena, and that's not easy to do because you're running a business. But the things you said here had me wondering, okay, let's slow this down because when you compare Unrivaled to the WNBA, that's a whole different conversation because you got 13 owners, you got 13 arenas, you do traveling, and you've been around the block a lot longer than Unrivaled. So we'll see if Unrivaled can remain in business and sustain itself. I would want them to, but let's see what Fee had to say here.
Here with us at this time. Yeah, well, our deadline is coming up right now in a couple of days. And I think you've just heard a lot of chatter about, what we're asking for is not sustainable for the business. And being on this side with Unrivaled, I know what it takes to run a sustainable business. So I think if they can't find a model that makes it happen, they need to put people in place who can, because we've proven that it is possible. There is a way, and we're thriving in that. And so I do think a deal's going to get done, but we're standing firm in what we believe in. We're not going to back down, and we can't take less. The sport has just grown too much. It would be a disservice to the people who came before us, to the work that we put in, to take less than what we're owed.
And she goes back to that same statement, pay us what you owe us. And that's great. I'm all about the players getting their money, but you have to understand this is only your second year at Unrivaled. You compare that to the WNBA. They've been around for 20 plus years. I understand they still have yet to make profits, but to say we're just as sustainable, and I'm like, you have to prove it because it takes 5 years to see if your business can stay up and running and operating. So to call out the WNBA again, if they don't get a deal done, she's going to get crucified from fans because it's like it seems like there's a conflict of interest here, and you are part of the Players Association negotiating at the table with the WNBA, and you are not helping the players who are not playing on Unrivaled get the league up and running. That hurts their pockets, right? Now they have to go overseas and play basketball because you're over here negotiating, you could say on behalf of the players, but those players who don't have the same resources or the ability to go out there and play on Rival are like, look, I appreciate Fee trying to get some more money, but we got to play basketball. And if we can't come to an agreement, we got to reach a compromise. You could say, oh, the women deserve more pay. Yeah, I agree. And they will get more pay. But what they're expecting is just not realistic. As this guy says here, TNT has taken massive losses for this team to pretend like they're a successful league. As soon as TNT has to start crediting back advertisers, that handout money goes away and this thing collapses. Let's be for real here. And I agree here. Sustainable business year 2. Good Lord. She sounds like someone taught her a few jargon keywords and thought they could pass her as an intelligent business person. And I just don't understand why she thinks the second year of Unrivaled is somehow sustainable. We have just scratched the surface. And I don't really care about this league. I care less about what they're doing here. And it's not 5-on-5. That's another thing. You want to play 3-on-3 basketball? I mean, you can do what you want, but is that going to be sustainable in the future? Be a nice, cute little league. It's like the G League to the NBA. That's what I think about Unrivaled. It's a nice league on the side where you make some money, but it's not as big as the WNBA. And to say like, oh, we have this model. Think about what you're saying there. You're in one arena. I'm not saying it's easy what she's doing, but it's not the same as running a league like the WNBA. It's like the G League saying, oh, yeah, we're sustainable. We're proving to the NBA that you can run this league and get paid, and we deserve more. It's like, it's the NBA. Relax. So I don't like that comparison whatsoever. I think it's a bad look for Fee Collier. And I don't know. Again, I agree. How do you know how sustainable this business is? Plus, there's so many less moving parts in Unrivaled than there are in a W. It's just not the same. Let's be for real, Fees. It's just a bad comparison. I agree. They just don't understand business. And that's why the WNBA gets laughed at so much, because it's run by a circus. Now, Kathy Engelbert deserves the criticism, but there's other pieces involved. And the more I'm looking at Fee Collier, I appreciate what she did. But if you can't reach an agreement, you know that hurts. Players like Caitlin Clark, players who can help grow your league, and that's the reason why they're playing. But if you can't get anything done, even the players who have minimum contracts, if they aren't an Unrivaled, where are they going next? Overseas. And you've got that Project B I think it's Project B coming out, if I'm not mistaken. That might knock out on Rivalry. They got billions of dollars. And if they can offer Caitlin Clark a $50 billion, or not 50, $50 million contract, and they've got players in place for that league, they might knock out on Rival. And it's 5-on-5, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So if they choose to strike, I'm finished. I refuse to support this 3-on-3 league if they deny fans of a full WNBA season. The conflict of interest in this has been undeniable since the beginning. And if Fee thinks she can sit there and fool anybody, she is sadly mistaken. She has a degree in human development and family science, but she knows how to run a sustainable business. Okay, I have a degree in nursing, but I'll do your corporate taxes for you. I'm not against them making more money, and I agree. I'm not against them going after opportunities. That's fine. Or getting a decent revenue sharing deal. Plus, I don't think the league should be able to expect them not to play in other leagues off season if they choose to do so. 100% agree. The league should allow them to go pursue other endeavors in basketball, especially if they're not playing that long. It's just 4 months out of the year. It should be okay for them to play in other leagues and get compensated for it. They should negotiate a 2-year deal, then go back to the table and reevaluate. I like that idea. Denying the fans is biting the hand that actually feeds you, not to mention how you're hurting all those players that were invited to play on Rival or join Project B. I don't think Fee Collier is realizing that. When Project B comes out, if they got capital to get it started and it's a pretty good product, she's cooked. Like, more players will go over there. It's like, I'm getting more money. Why do I want to stick around for on Rival? Play 3-on-3 or 5-on-5. I wonder what's going to happen there. So you can't say something's sustainable yet if you're in year 2. And on top of that, it seems like you're just trying to hold on to your league because the WM was like, well, we want some say in what you're doing. Now, they shouldn't, but just come to a compromise. If you don't get a deal done the next few days here, then fans are going to turn on Fee Collier even more. And look, Kathy's not the best face to run the WNBA. At the same time, though, Fee Collier isn't doing herself any service at all by holding out, wanting more, when there's players who are not unrivaled, and they're going to go, well, you're not helping my pockets. Now I got to go overseas and yada, yada, yada. And then if Project B, when it comes around, if players get more money there, the ones who are unrivaled are going to leave. And now it's like, oh, is that league sustainable? So it's just a dumb comparison. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to what Fee Collier had to say. Want to hear your thoughts about what Fee had to say in terms of unrivaled being sustainable and comparing it to WNBA. Do you agree or disagree with Fee Collier? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.